Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. There, nope, that's asterisk. Bring up the current. There. Now I got string pulled up. So I can read comics. Yeah. Oh, these are blanked out. Let's continue!
Daddy, she can make balloons! Have you seen her make balloons? Oh,
Hello.
Daddy, let me go to her.
Okay, so the wiggle is
Shh, be and quiet.
L1 and R1.
You've been sleeping for quite a while.
Good to know where it starts.
I think they noticed that you never left the building last night. The cameras were searching for you, but they couldn't find you. I have you hidden too well.
This goes on for a bit. Is there a way I can skip through it? Probably not. Now, I have not played since last time, and I haven't watched this on YouTube in years, so only vague memory.
I'm not going to hurt you. I am only going to keep you for a little while. Try not to wiggle, though. You're inside something that came from my old pizzeria. I don't think it was ever used. At least not the way it was meant to be used. Too dangerous. It's just big enough for one person to fit inside. But just
looking on the stream, the brightness in stream is a lot lower than seeing
You're in
it.
the scooping room. Do you know why they call it the scooping room? It's because, dummy, this is the room where they use the scooper. I thought that would be obvious. Isn't that a fun name for something? The scooper. It sounds like something you would use for ice cream, or custard, or sprinkles. It sounds like something you would want at your birthday party, to ensure that you get a heaping portion of every good thing.
10 springs.
I wonder, though, if you were a freshly opened pint of ice cream, how you would feel about something with that name. Thankfully, I don't think a freshly opened pint of ice cream feels anything at all. Uh-oh. It sounds like someone else is in the building. Shh.
Okay, bring her over. Forward. More. More. Okay, stop. Set her down. Watch the step.
What happened to it this time? Just seems like these things can't go a day without breaking down.
Who knows? It's always the same, man. Some kind of hardware malfunction.
Well, hey, I have to be somewhere in 15 minutes, and this place gives me the creeps. Can we just get this over with?
It's all automated. They don't have to be here for it. Just get her on the rollers and we can go.
The character want to stay quiet by the way with other people in the building. Shouldn't they want to get out faster? Therefore, notifying the first people they meet would be the best bet. And there's Dora, gleefully sliding across. Attention, convict! Convict wants attention.
There's something very important that I've learned how to do over time. Do you know what that is? How to pretend. Do you ever play make-believe? Pretend to be one way when you are really the other. It's very important. But Laura never learns. But I do. They think there is something wrong on the inside. The only thing that matters is knowing how to pretend. I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Sorry if I'm being quiet, that thing. Okay, so I think I can ignore the ones coming in for the front, because, I mean, the wiggle did nothing right then. I saw that on the left. Well, right, technically. Should I be worried about the ones crawling in the front? Did I get that one? No, I did not. Good thing I checked. Yeah. Hello, convict. Apparently me talking is very strange right now. There is no clock, is there? I don't know if I was doing good or not. Oh, don't make me listen to... Okay, Valora's already over here.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait.
I think so?
I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up.
I don't know if I didn't get the spring locks wound up enough and one of the dolls decided to attack, or if I fucked up on one of the doll things.
You don't want them to get too loose.
I may have missed it one of the dolls entirely. I was focusing on one side a lot more than the other at times. Perhaps I let it get too far up? Perhaps I really should be worried about the ones climbing in? Who thought it was a good idea to make a animatronic suit that could double as both the animatronic and a costume? When this is the compromise. That the person inside has to worry about these damn bolts loosening just because they were inside of it. I mean, do you just have to have a mask for the animatronics to not attack? After all, in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, all you needed was a mask, so... Someone could show up in a animal onesie pajama thing. And arguably an animatronic would think that it was an animatronic suit. There are a lot climbing in. Again, should I be worried about that? I do not know. Ooh, fuck. I'm just trying to keep them off of red for a bit. This would be easier on a computer. This part here. Assuming you can use, like, buttons on the keyboard for the look around and the mouse for just this.
I'll open the faceplates for you.
When I gotta use
That way they can find you on the cameras.
controllers to both look around
Now,
and
all you have to do
push all these.
is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up.
It is nice that I can just hold
Your
it though.
breathing
I
and
thought
your
at first that you
heartbeat are
had to
causing them
like
to come
click
loose.
it.
You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Well, that side's completely wound up. And how far up can I let them get before they're a problem? You know what, I'm just gonna let that one climb up and see if it does anything. Okay, so letting it climb up all the way equals death. But letting them claw in makes no difference. I just told you if you were gonna be in here, you gotta be quiet.
That way they can find you on the cameras.
My
Now,
sister
all
is in
you
here
have
and wants to
do
watch me play Five
is
Nights
wait.
at Freddy's sister location.
I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
She likes to watch Resident Evil, so this is nothing in comparison. So I think I was doing good on the spring locks last time. I must have been on one side for too long. And it let one of those dolls climb all the way up the head. As if animatronics that came alive at night wasn't bad enough. Well, came alive and were set to free roam so they could go throughout the whole building however they pleased. As if that wasn't bad enough. You have to deal with these fucking things! I knew there would be one over here. Ooh, fuck, that one's about to kill me, isn't it? Look how many are just fucking just climbing right on. Yeah, sure, it's a party. Come on in. Oh, hey, we're on this again. Oh fuck, this one greedy bastard ate all of them. I'm more interested in going forward, so... No! I need to jump at the end of that one. Jeez. So I clearly need to be switching which side I'm looking at more often.
That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them
How
to get
bad
too
do the
loose.
spring locks have to be if just breathing and a heartbeat causes them to come loose? Okay, I think I got a full circle when it comes to the spring locks. So from their start point, they have a whole circle they can go through to kill me. Surprised there wasn't a doll on the other side, just because I had taken a while between switching sides. Okay, no doll. These things need super glue. They need to be wound up and then glued. Apparently I turned right at the right time, though a spring lock on the other side's probably going to kill me now. Ooh, yeah, just about. At some point it's going to be just barely keeping them out of the red is the goal. Why? I just shook up for the one that was on the other side, so... What, did one just scurry up as fast as possible, or do you not need to... Is there a mechanic where if you wiggle while one's climbing in through here... I don't know.
That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Why should I trust you? You're the one who put me in here! If it wasn't for you, I would have been home! Yeah, sure, it was Funtime Foxy that attacked, but I'm pretty sure Baby was the one who put them up to it. Okay. Had to look at the other side just to be sure. Damn it! I'm probably gonna have to go check on why the dog is barking. If she barks again, that is. She's been being quiet now. Was it a fluke? Oh, she's barking again. Ooh, good thing I shook. There was one on that side. When I die next, I will go check on the dog. Ooh. Not if I die, when I die. So much faith in my ability. Check the other side. Damn it. I will be right back.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you
Fuck,
on
why
the
did the game
cameras.
start again?
Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are
The
causing
dog
them
was
to come
barking at the
loose.
wind, by the way.
You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Based off how much I hate the plush version of Baby, there's no way that I would trust the version. Well, I've yet to die due to the spring locks. Instead, every death has been those damn dolls. What are they? Are they supposed to be called marionettes? Puppets? Something like that? Also, what type of screws are these being held in with that you can just rotate a little circle around it and it's fine? I've never seen a screw like this. Never before and never since. I really feel like I should be worried about those things climbing in. While looking it up, a lower thing jump scares you when a spring gets too loose. Okay. When a spring, not just... Oh yeah! Ah, fuck. Why? I shook it. There wasn't one on the upper of that side. Weird. You were wrong about that being the one. Mahahaha. Next time I get this, I'm gonna go to the other side of it. Instead of going right after starting, I'm gonna go left. Ah, fuck. Well, I wasted cupcakes. We're not perfecting it. That bastard ate all three and didn't have it count. I want to point that out. That greedy child thinks they need 4. Meanwhile, these ones just want one magic cupcake. I jumped! I jumped! I hit the jump and did not jump! Oh well.
I'll open the face.
Okay, so we got one that's looser over there, one that's
that
looser
way
on
they
there.
can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
There's nothing trustworthy about you, baby. Mini arenas? As in mini ballerinas? I have a feeling I should look to the right. There's one on both sides. Okay, it can't be that there's a mechanic that's shaking it while they're climbing in causes an attack, because there's a point where they're just constantly climbing in. So, if that was the case, it would be instant death. There'd be no way to win. Yes, I saw there was one on the left, but I shook enough for the one on the right to fall, so maybe the left one did? Yeah, they did. There was not one on the right, there was one on left. Oh, there's no going that way. We're just not gonna give them any cupcakes. They're greedy little bastards. They don't deserve cupcakes. Suicide. That had to have been what that jump was, because it was so close to the edge. Is there a way I can... Dead zone. Left stick speed, right stick speed. Oh. I'm turning those on because why not? I have no idea what they do.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose.
Scroll while holding a
You don't
trigger.
want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Okay, it was zooming earlier and now it's doing nothing. What the? I don't know what that is about, but I seem to be able to... I do not know what it is that I am doing that's making me jump from right to left so drastically. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing that makes that happen. If I am correct, this just got a lot easier. If I can get it to work consistently. Also, I don't know what in settings caused it to happen, so... Oh, this is both going great and horrible at the same time! I may have figured it out.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you
it wasn't
have to
even
do
anything in the
is
settings.
wait.
It's just going
I'd
to the
recommend
edge.
that you keep the spring locks wound up.
I thought I had to
Your
hit
breathing and
more
your
buttons
heartbeat
than
are
I
causing
did.
them to come loose.
So I ended up
You
shaking
don't
extra,
want
causing
them
them
to
to
get too loose. Trust
loosen
me.
more, but just going off to the side? Oh, that's great. I don't have to go through the middle of the screen at all. I thought it was a button thing. I was wrong. It was much simpler than that. Okay, I thought one of these was blinking red. So is there really no clock on this one? You just gotta survive and hope? I do not know what I am doing wrong. Convict, do you know what I am doing wrong? Are you going to help me, or are you just going to sleep on the floor?
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that
He's
you
going
keep
to
the
sleep on the
spring
floor.
locks wound up.
No help
Your
from that
breathing
cat at
and your
all.
heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want
Oh,
them
he's
to
rolled
get
over
too
on his
loose.
back with his belly
Trust me.
exposed. He is trying for moral support. Oh, I can also switch between top and bottom by giving myself a confusion. I know how, it's just that was a little trippy. I'm wondering if one of the springs gets... You said it was Ballora, but this is the PS4 version, despite the fact that it seems to be more meant for the computer. I wouldn't be surprised if there was, like, a slight difference to have a little less animation. It's a slumber party in here. That's why all of them are climbing in. Totally want them in here. Okay, I just shook it while one of them was climbing in. There is no way that the climbing is what's been screwing me over. This does not play like a PS4 game. It is kind of irritating in that. I'm going to let one of the I'm just not going to do the springs and focus on the wiggling and see what the difference in depth is. Wiggle! Wiggle! Wiggle to my death!
That way they can find you on the cameras.
Wiggle!
Now all you have to do is wait.
Let
I'd
me
recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing.
Okay, so it is the ballerina that attacks me when the spring locks go out. So I think I've been dying to the spring locks this entire time. I thought I was doing great on the spring locks, but no.
That way they can find you on the cameras.
Turns out I was dying repeatedly.
All you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up.
There's not even a clock to
your
know if I'm
causing
doing
them to
good or
come
not.
loose.
It's kind of annoying.
You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Not Ballora. Baby, I will trust you as far as I can physically throw you. One reaches the top, I die. One spring gets loose, I die. I would have thought that the animation for dying due to the spring locks would have been like it closing in around you. After all, that's what killed the one who's stuck in spring trap suit, is that it was a spring trap. Okay, why did the cursor just go that way? I've had one other game that I've bought for PS4 run more like a PC game. And that game would not even run past the second page. Uh-huh. And of course, I hadn't played it for the 2 months after I had bought it, so I could not return it. Of course, it was only like $2, so I wasn't really out much. The hell? Convict, wake up! I am losing. Are you going to help me?
That way they
Use
can
cat
find you
magic
on
on
the
it.
cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks
Oh, that wasn't his
wound up.
bell. He's not actually wearing
Your
his collar.
breathing and your
I threw
heartbeat
something
are
with
causing
bells
them to
on it
come
at
loose.
him.
You don't want them to get too loose.
He's laying on the floor
Trust me.
underneath his tunnel because I threw his tunnel at him. He just does not care. No fucks to give, this cat. This cat has no fucks to give. He is, however, staring at me now, so I seem to have, gotten his attention. Oh, he turned away from me. Has rescinded his magical help. Or maybe that was the spell. I don't know, I'm probably gonna die again. Just trying to think of stuff to talk about, because, I mean, being stuck on this one level for 46 minutes, good lord. Maybe I should have played it some off-stream. Just enough so that if I got really stuck on this level, I could skip it, so to speak, by having already finished it. That's what I was trying to do when they started turning red, was just keeping them barely out of the red. Okay, why is the cursor moving on its own? This again? I just want to see what's at the end of it. Apparently, I don't get to see that at all.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras.
Really
Now,
spent.
all you do is
Just
wait.
here.
I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing
It'll
them to
take
come
me
loose.
as long as it takes for the
You
character to
don't
get
want
saved
them
from
to
this.
get too loose. Trust me.
Several hours. Because I think the halfway point on whether or not they will kill me is at the bottom of the circle. With the red being just somewhere in between that and a quarter of the way to the other side. You saw the cursor move right there, right? Why does some of them seem to loosen so much faster than others? Also, if it could please stop being this sporadic. Okay, I think I should actually turn down the sensitivity that I was fucking with. Yeah, I need to turn that down. And here I thought I'd be turning the sensitivity up. Wraparound cursor is what made it so that I can actually do this. What is dead zone? Oh, the area in which the cursor will not move. Now, let's give it a little bit. There. Wraparound cursor is what is my current best friend. Okay, this Sensitivity is too low now. Ooh, fuck. Spring lock. Have cupcake! I die! If I...
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find
An
you
hour.
on the cameras. Now all you
An
have
hour.
to do is wait.
This is annoying.
I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them
Why
to get
is
too
the cursor
loose.
drifting?
Trust me.
I made sure I was using the charge controller, by the way, before starting this. Guess we could discuss the next series, because we're apparently going to be in this spot forever. Oh look, there's my impending death. I was wondering whether or not to do Slime Rancher next, or to do a more serious game than Slime Rancher. You say that when we just started this again. I literally just died barely a bit ago, and that shake did not want to take. I could do The Walking Dead. I got it on sale, so I have all of The Walking Dead. Or at least I should. But that will take absolutely for fucking ever, just like Hitman did. And it will have some points like this, I think. Could do a couple one-off games. I did get a few games specifically because they were relatively short and would be good for in-between series. And here's where I'm about to die, because the entire left side is like screwed. Not left, right? If I have to wiggle, I am dead. Yep, I had to wiggle. I died. A belly, 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 belly. Come here, convict. You are my good luck. You must come with to me.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up.
A convicted
Your
feline.
breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
I mean, yes. It was more of... Only reason I haven't is because before, the series were usually so short, and, with Hitman actually being the longest one that I've done so far. And here I was thinking I'd get Sister Locations done tonight. The only reason I haven't done multiple series at once is my frequency of streaming and how most of the games I've played thus far have been relatively short. If I'm gonna do two at once, it'll probably be one long one like The Walking Dead or Ni no Kuni, and a shorter one like either those one-offs that I was talking about or series that I expect to only take a couple episodes. Could do Okami next. I've actually got like a list of games that it's like, oh yeah, this is on my to-do list for streaming. Yes, Okami. And since I intend on doing the New Game Plus, I won't actually be making a new save file. I'll be using the old save file. We'll have the string of beads for whenever I choose. Can change Amaterasu's shape to different dogs of the K9 Warriors. Was it the K9 or whatever? There was the Dog Warriors. We'll have the bestiary like 99% filled. And we'll already have some abilities. Not brush techniques, but the abilities that you have to pay for. This is irritating. And hello to whoever it is that just joined the stream. I see the viewer count went up to 4. We have spent an hour on Night 4 alone. So at this point I'm not bothering with giving cupcakes when I die, because I just want to see what's past a certain point, but I keep dying before I get to it. Specifically this point. No! It won't let me jump when I try. I try to jump right at the edge, where you're supposed to, but it initiates the scrolling cutscene because it doesn't let me move.
I'll open the face.
I turned on wraparound controller. I did not know
That way
that's the
they
thing.
can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do
Before today.
is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose.
You know, when I put
You
this
don't
video on
want
YouTube,
them to
I'm
get
going to
too
put in the
loose.
description that it takes
Trust me.
literally an hour on this one level. Longer series? Alright, let's see. Longer series. That would be Ni no Kuni, The Walking Dead. Wasn't there a third one? I think it was just Ni no Kuni and The Walking Dead, the Telltale series. For my... Oh yeah, this would be a long one. The wraparound has been a little less helpful with the up and down as opposed to left and right. There's the cursor, okay. Wish there was a clock on this just so I know whether or not I was doing good. Or that there was a difference between death by the doll climbing the side and death by the springs. That way I could know what I was doing bad at. I'm guessing that was a spring.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait.
Yeah, all I have to
I
do is
recommend
wait.
that you keep the spring locks wound up.
Not.
Your breathing
Oh,
and
all
your
I have to do
heartbeat
is
are causing
wait.
them to
That's
come
just
loose.
I can just sit here.
You don't want them to get
No,
too loose.
no, it doesn't.
Trust
That
me.
is not the case. The case is having to sit here, deal with the fucking ballerinettes. 3 real world minutes. So we needed to 105. You know, I probably could have played through all 3 of the first nights at this point. Those went by so fast in comparison to this. I've really been dying. Every 3 minutes? Minimum, at least every 3 minutes. No, at most every 3 minutes. For the past hour. I have to have been dying like right at the edge of it sometimes. No! Look how close that was! Oh great, it's this thing again. I might just walk it into a pit.
I'll open the
I've seriously been
faceplates
dying.
for you. That way they can find you on the cameras.
For an hour.
Now all
In 3-minute
you have
intervals.
to do is wait.
Ah, that
I
sucks.
recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Okay, so 3 minutes from, I'm gonna go with 106, so we needed to 109. Oh, living on a prayer. I don't know enough of that song to be singing yet. I pretty much don't know enough about any song except for Frodo's Adventure Song, which is a parody of Bilbo's Adventure Song, and both are in the books. At least I believe it was Frodo's Adventure Song instead of Bilbo's. There's a slight difference between them, apparently. My dad knows all of it. Well, more of the poems from that book. I only know the one. Where will we go to hearth and hall? The wind may blow and rain may fall. We must away, far over woods and mountains tall. To Rivendell, where elves yet dwell, glades beneath the misty fell. I don't think this is copyright, because it's a J.R.R. Tolkien, and Dad is old. Is Tolkien even alive anymore? No, I remember something about his death date being actually funny. If you reversed it, it equaled the number of rings. Damn it. Convict, you're not helping. You're in here? What makes you think you can just sleep while I die
I'll open the
repeatedly?
faceplates for
You have to help.
That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do
Always
is
help
wait.
with making a topic to talk about besides how
I
adorable you are.
recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Apparently he does not want to be held. Especially in such an awkward manner. If this video makes it to YouTube, the description and title will be Stuck on Night 4, the whole episode. I forgot to actually calculate what time it would be when nearing success. I'm gonna go with it being around 9 when it happens, so 12. I kinda figured I'd have to wiggle soon. Oh great, I have to wiggle. And I'm afraid to even go check because... No, I do not want death. Oh, I definitely died. Keep a wiggle and a twist. Just focus. I was attempting to.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all
If anyone
you have
manages to do this on the first
is
try,
wait.
They are lying.
I'd recommend that you
They
keep
have
the
to be.
spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You
Oh,
don't
you know,
want them to
convict.
get too loose. Trust me.
A bonk. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da. Oh no, absolutely no concentration was happening right then. My little sister walked in. I just muted my mic. I was talking to her. I knew it'd been too long since I wiggled. Damn it! The one at the top. Oh, and I think I was so close too. Because the number I picked out was 15 right then, and it was 14 and a half, and that was after I wasn't actually paying attention when it started.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That
I'm
way
gonna go
they
with
can
15
find
as
you
the
on
start
the
number, so
cameras.
18 be the end number.
Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep
Thank
the
you.
spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose.
Meow!
You don't want them
You wanna
to
meow
get
at
too
me? I'll
loose.
meow at you. Meow!
Trust me.
I harassed the cat. It's clearly his fault. Ah, he bites. He bit my foot. Why are you biting my foot? It isn't like I'm hitting you with it. It isn't like that's exactly what I'm doing. Are stupid fast. And of course, right at the end is when I've been having to wiggle the most. If they get faster the longer you're in here, then that means the moisture from your breath is probably loosening them. So it doesn't matter at all. You would end up dying no matter what. Like, if you didn't have these damn dolls climbing in and having to wiggle every time. the springs would eventually just be so loose that you would just die. No ifs, ands, or buts, just death. Damn it! I was trying to wait till the last minute, but it was literally half a minute before the 18, and 18 was the number. I have been dying in like 2.5 minute increments for the last hour and 17 minutes. And this is why I can't play video games with certain people, because a lot of people would have quit by now and pissed off. I am annoyed.
Can find you on
Yes,
the cameras.
very much annoyed. Oh, hey, that's the Binding of Isaac symbol.
All you have to do is wait.
I have that on my
recommend
computer.
that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
21. 21 something, so let's go with 22. 22 is the magic number. Plus, I might end up wiggling like half a time extra more than I need to. Because I hit both trigger bumpers at once, twice. Real quick, because that actually seems to make them get off real easy. Such riveting gameplay! An hour of this! If it makes it to an hour and a half before I finish this level, I'm going to end the stream. An hour and a half of dying in 2-minute increments is where I call it.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can
How
find
many
you
deaths
on
would
the
it be
cameras.
if I died every
Now,
2 minutes for
all
an hour and a
you have
half?
to do
Quick, do the
is
math!
wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
You know, it gives you something to do while I sit here for the next 2 minutes before my next death. Oh, come on. It's just an hour and a half divided by 2 minutes. Let's see, an hour and a half is 90. 90 divided by 2 is 45. Right? Yeah. 45 deaths, I think. If I've died in 2-minute increments for an hour and a half, it will be 45 deaths. Why is it that the player is apparently completely unperturbed about the dozens of these dolls just climbing into the suit with them? There cannot be enough space for them in here. Fuck. So close every time. I'm going to wait till the last second to try to shake off those dolls. Okay, the starting number is 25, which would have been
I'll
the
open the
magic number
faceplates
last
for you.
time.
That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you
28.
have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose.
Watch, I die
You
at
don't want them to get
27
too
and 30
loose.
seconds.
Trust me.
That is going to be where I die. Actually, one thing I was wondering too. Whenever it is that I stream a Slime Rancher, I'm only missing one of the DLCs, and that's for the secret style that changes how the slimes look. Just by itself, apparently, without having to add stuff to them. Like through the fashion pods. No? You don't care about them looking different? If it goes on sale between now and whenever I stream it, I probably will have it on when I stream, but... Right now that DLC costs $7.50, I think. And then I will have all the content. Also, did you hear that Moss is apparently going to get a Chapter 2 finally? Just like Slime Rancher is getting a second game finally. Tinymon, I need you to not be in front of the TV right now, okay? I'd mute myself, but I don't have...
Did I tell you something?
You can wait half a minute. No! It was literally 2 seconds away from the magic number.
Port Ron.
This is the last one.
What?
If it doesn't work this time, I'm ending the stream. Because the magic number now is past the 30-minute mark.
I'll open the faceplates for you. That way they can find
Let's
you
go
on
29
the
is the
cameras.
start, which means 32
Now
is the
all you
magic.
have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat
And this
are
will
causing
be
them
on
to come
YouTube
loose.
as just stuck
You don't want
on
them to get
night
too
4,
loose.
dying at 2-minute
Trust me.
increments. That is going to be the title and description. I'd rather be playing Cuphead. Cuphead. Or Enter the Gungeon. And I've never made it past the first level on Enter the Gungeon. But you know what? At least every time you die, it resets the map. You have something slightly different to deal with each time. Far more riveting than this. Oh god, imagine actually being stuck in one of these suits for an hour and a half in real life. With this shit going on around you? Claustrophobia, yes. Fear of the dark will be gained. And fear of anything that vaguely resembles human but is not. Oh yes, that is a phobia that person will now have. Being stuck in one of these for an hour and a half in real life would be the thing that gives claustrophobia. That person would never trust another small dark space or doll-looking creature ever again. I was so hoping the last one would work. Well, hope you enjoyed an hour and a half of death. That's right, beat your head in against this. I will play this sometime off stream until I complete Night 4. Do not be surprised if next time I stream we don't even acknowledge that Night 4 exists. Being we got it, we might as well see if we can go farther than the screen that I keep getting death on. Take that. If I can get past this screen, we are officially in new content. Woohoo! Really that close to the goal? Look, ta-da! I succeeded in something! We had one success.